Welcome to another episode of Music Therapy. I'm John, your resident therapist, and today we are listening to The Devil is a Democrat by MACDONALD. Please be sure to like, subscribe, and comment, and let's get right into it.
Every channel, they think we stupid. The propaganda is on every channel. They think we stupid like the truth is just too hard to handle. Put on your camo, it's a culture war and load the ammo. They want Antifa ruling everything like it's Seattle. And they want anyone who's fighting to be dead and canceled. They want rainbows in the classrooms and 15 different bathrooms and white guys that hate black dudes.
This is fascinating. He's saying we can't handle the truth, so they bend the truth and tell us what we want to hear. And it's fascinating. The press actually has the ability to publish something if they think it will be helpful for the population and not harmful. If it's harmful, they can use their discretion and not publish news if they think it's going to cause mass hysteria or mass panic. Because we know psychologically, fear, like panic and hysteria, can spread like a wildfire.
The handle, put on your camo, it's a culture war and load the ammo. They want Antifa ruling everything like it's Seattle. And they want anyone who's fighting to be dead and canceled. They want rainbows in the classrooms and 15 different bathrooms and white guys that hate black dudes. They want war, they don't want peace. They want fentanyl in our streets. They want borders to be weak. I swear the devil lives in California.
Oh, this is so good.
Fentanyl in our streets. They want borders to be weak. I swear the devil lives in California.
It becomes easier to conquer anything when they're divided. And so that's why it's so advantageous politically and for leaders to divide us so they can conquer us and make us feel like we're at war with each other. We really have a lot more in common with our neighbor than we think we do.
Fentanyl in our streets. They want borders to be weak. I swear the devil lives in California. He a politician. He passing bills that bring chaos and division. Yeah, the devil lives in California. Should be in prison. He got horns, but he tries to keep them hidden. Cause the devil is a Democrat. And we don't play that. They say that. They love America. We know it ain't that. The devil is a Democrat. And we ain't with it. We ain't switching. Y'all are tripping. I guess God just built us different. They get celebrities to do they talking. They get mansions while they cram us all into apartments. Tell us it's cool to stay in school and then make you retarded. If you ain't liberal, then they treat you like you human garbage. If you speak up, then you a target.
It is really rough how the two political party system has gotten to the point where we don't even listen to each other's perspective. We think we're right, and we think anyone opposing our perspective is stupid and, uncouth and rude. And it's just we're so ingrained in our beliefs, and we know that when we're so rigid in our beliefs, we literally cannot see any other option, which means we're so narrow in our perception we can't have an open mind or any periphery to see the bigger scope of things. And we know neurologically and psychologically your brain changes when you're so rigid. So I like to kind of not hold super rigid opinions when it comes to politics because it just narrows my perspective. And for treating clients who are on both ends of the political spectrum, I have to be open-minded because I can absolutely see both perspectives.
They cram us all into apartments. Tell us it's cool to stay in school and then make you retarded. If you ain't liberal, then they treat you like you human garbage. If you speak up, then you a target. They want their voice through an amplifier. Violence and our flag on fire. No voter ID required. They want war, they don't want peace. They want defund the police. They want you surrounded by screens. The devil lives in California.
Ooh, war is profitable, and it is, that's the reason it keeps occurring. It's sad.
He a politician. He passing bills that bring chaos and division. Yeah, the devil lives in California. Should be in prison. He got horns, but he tries to keep them hidden. Cause the devil is a Democrat. And we don't.
Oh, I love it. Yeah, and the devil is a shapeshifter. We know that he's not going to appear in the traditional sense with the horns and the wings, but he'll appear as someone attractive, as someone well-spoken and charming. And Luciferian principles are sometimes demonized, but a lot of people forget that he's super charming, super persuasive, super well-spoken, and oftentimes has the public support. And yeah, absolutely, if anyone were to be the devil incarnate, it may be a politician.
And he got horns, but he tries to keep them hidden. Cause the devil is a Democrat. Ooh. And we don't play that. They say that. They love America. We know it ain't that. The devil is a Democrat. And we ain't with it. We ain't switching. Y'all are tripping. I guess God just built us different, dog. The devil is a Democrat. red, that's a fact, that's the truth. Look how bad that it gets when it's blue. The devil is a Democrat, that's a rap, it ain't news. And the way they treat America is proof. I swear the devil lives in California, $100 bills. He knows everyone in Hollywood and parties in the hills. Give you everything you ever wanted, plus a couple mil for your soul, and your vote is a deal. Cause the devil...
Oh, yes. And it reminds me of this great quote he's kind of giving here. Is what good would the world be if you were to sell your entire soul? And that's what we see a lot. People chasing fame, money, at the expense of selling their values and their integrity and their souls. And nothing is worth that. I mean, if you can't look at yourself in the mirror and be content with the life you're leading, then perhaps it's a good time to question what you're doing and really examine if it's helping you or not. But I mean, yeah, it's a bad place to be in a world where people are trying to turn you into their puppeteers to propagate whatever they're spreading and not really embody what you truly value.
On your $100 bills, he knows everyone in Hollywood and parties in the hills. Give you everything you ever wanted, plus a couple mil for your soul, and your vote is a deal.
Oh, yes. And we're now seeing, I think, more than ever, the perverseness of Hollywood, their predilection for pedophilia, their obsession with money and looks. We see a ton of older people in Hollywood now getting plastic surgery, Botox, they're looking lizard-like, and it just shows you how obsessed they are with youth. And they're so uncomfortable in their own skin, their own aging skin, that they feel the need to revert and regress in their age to the point where they're like looking like they're, perfect skin with their skin pulled all the way to their ears. It just shows you how uncomfortable Hollywood is with aging and the dying process, because they are trying to convince themselves that they are flawless skin, no wrinkles, immune to aging, which of course no one is. And it's just funny to see how different cultures, some cultures honor aging, some will detest it and deny it and have these surgeries in order to reduce the aging surface that we see so easily.
You everything you ever wanted, plus a couple mil for your soul, and your vote is a deal. Cause the devil is a Democrat, and we don't play that. They say that they love America, we know it ain't that. Cause the devil is a Democrat, and we ain't with it, we ain't switching. Y'all are tripping, I guess God just built us different, dog. The devil is a Democrat, and we don't play that. They say that they love America, we know it ain't that. Cause the devil is a Democrat, and we ain't with it, we ain't switching. Y'all are tripping, I guess God just built us different, dog. The devil is a Democrat. The propaganda is on every channel.
Yeah, their propaganda is more than on every channel. It's on every screen. It's on every home to some degree, because people start to parrot the things that they're seeing on their screens, and it's just so pervasive. And I love how he is so opinionated on this matter. I think the devil is absolutely in politics. The devil thrives on dividing us and conquering us and stealing our attention and putting it into negative things like porn, gambling, addiction, mental illnesses. All these things are inhibitory, meaning they're not good for us in the long term. But wow, what an incredible song. I love how Tom is Canadian and yet had that American flag projected on him that entire video. Really makes me think about, if he's talking about the Democrats of the United States, I'm sure he is, absolutely, but also maybe the socialists in Canada as well, because I know we're kind of mirroring each other in our political movements right now. But what an incredible song. Thank you so much for being here. Please be sure to like, subscribe, comment, share, and I look forward to seeing you in the next music therapy episode.